I wrote Riding Road Oasis in 2018, so it kind of sat in the bank for a while, like most songs do. They sit on the back burner because it takes so long to get the production together and then getting all the content in to be able to release it and get the digital impact that you need to actually sustain a career in music or in any creative field, I guess. I had that song for a while, but I hadn't met my producer yet, so there wasn't this workflow that I have going now. So I was in Australia at the time, and I was walking down the road after a night out, and I'm walking down Riding Road, and I look to my left, and there's a sign saying Riding Road Oasis on it, and I knew as soon as I saw it that would make a great lyric for a song. So I went home and I wrote it, but that was just a nice bit of chance, I guess. Made a decent hook. It's a weird one, like saying I felt like I'd been at war with the stars when I've been given such a gift. Like sometimes I'll have an idea in mind of what I'm trying to get across very heavily from the get-go of a song. It's like I've got a theme. Riding Road Oasis, it was just actually writing and just trying to give a bit of honesty. So I don't think there's any particular message. I just want people to take what they take from it, you know? I don't want to infer any meaning, because to some people it might be like a party tune, in which case like more power to you. Other people it might be a bit deeper, you know? After I had a car accident a few years ago, I spent a lot of time sitting by myself. I got left with a number of scars after I had the car accident. I got a lot of road rash. So I guess I feel like the scars are a token for the sins of my past, because I spent a long time thinking maybe I actually deserved what happened. You go through some crazy ideas when you're living with PTSD, but yeah, it's important to realise that isn't actually true, I guess, but definitely wanted to reference it somewhere in my music. I don't think this necessarily talks about how I felt from the accident or after the accident. I think it was just a case of recognising the wake of the destruction that accident caused. After the accident, obviously, so I was in a lot of pain. I spent a lot of time on medication trying to deal with the nerve damage and just deal with my new reality, I guess. I wouldn't tell people not to take it, especially if a doctor's prescribed it for you, but the way it made me feel was like when I was with other people, it was like being a Windows 98 PC surrounded by iPhones. I couldn't really keep up with anyone. Must have come across as really strange or weird to other people. Yeah, I guess that's the reality of the situation. All I can do about it is laugh now. I guess when you hit the low periods in your life, you find out who your real friends are, the fair weather friends. So biding time spinning out from those snides, obviously it's just realising who those people are and then navigating yourself away from everyone else. You don't really need. Sitting in the four walls of your house can send you a bit crazy, I guess. So it's just learning how to deal with that, and the suggestion that I'm a stoic-minded youth is I might say that on the front of it, but obviously when you've got the internal struggles, you don't always feel it. So it's just about trying to get those balanced morals and a way of tackling all the strife you might be going on in your life and overcoming that. Growing up, I spent a lot of time worrying about what other people think of me, but I think after a near-death experience, you kind of lose that a bit. You just stop really caring what other people think and just want to crack on in your own way. So beating your own path, I think, is important, not dancing to everyone else's beat, especially. Obviously, when everything's against you and it doesn't feel like anyone's in your corner, it does feel like there's some otherworldly force that's fighting against you. Do you know what I mean? It's you're trying your best, but it still ain't working. Life is like that, I guess. It's all ebbs and flows. Sometimes it's working really well and sometimes it ain't, but you just gotta go with it. I know that going out and getting messed up won't actually help me with my problems, but it's easier to go and do that. So oftentimes you will just crack on with it. And we all do it. Everyone wants to have a good time, especially when you're young. As you get older, you just realise it starts taxing you a little bit more. You wake up and you got the fear, obviously, of how much of a tit you made out yourself the night before, but you've also got that feeling of why am I doing this to myself? You know, I guess that's the high, isn't it? That's chasing the high and then having to deal with the calm down after. So spirited in the sky, we fall back down. Unfortunately, can't stay on Riding Road Oasis forever. But yeah, man. Obviously, in your down times, you might think to yourself you're a piece of shit, but it's important to remember where you've come from and what you are actually worth. Yeah, I guess these messages turn to blessings. It's there was a lot of darkness surrounding what I was going through at the time, but I always seemed, in the end, it would always come up heads, and there were a lot of blessings and positivity to be taken out of what I went through, you know. Like now that I'm sat here now, I don't think I would go back and change anything that did happen. I think I've definitely grown up a lot since, just in terms of I've developed healthier habits to deal with stress and chronic pain, rather than relying on illicit substances or like smoking or drinking. Like now I would look to have conversations with people and try and like delve into how I do actually feel, rather than just trying to package it away. So there's definitely a lot more emotional maturity, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a saint or that I don't still do that stuff. It's just there's a healthier mind around it, and when I'm doing it, I'm not trying to run away from anything. I'm just accepting where I'm at and just trying to enjoy myself, you know. Writing Road Oasis to me now, like I guess when I hear the drug references, I cringe a little bit, because that's not like the message I guess I'm trying to promote, even though I wouldn't shy away from the fact that like I do that kind of stuff from time to time. I think listening to it now, it just G's me up a little bit, because it's like recognising how far I came to be able to get to that point of even writing that song, you know. Like there was a lot of power in that for me. So when I hear it now, like I just have to smile about it. But I think it's definitely one of my favourite songs from that EP, for sure.